In the vast, glittering sea of stars that made up the Milky Way galaxy, civilizations of unimaginable power and sophistication had risen and fallen. Towering megacities, powered by incomprehensible technologies, spanned entire worlds. Ships of light and metal darted between galaxies at speeds that made time seem irrelevant. And at the heart of it all was one truth: the galaxy's most powerful species had all but abandoned the simple, unrefined technologies of their ancient past. They had perfected their systems, their networks, their machines, until one day, they didn't. Then came the virus. A single line of code, written with the sole purpose of destruction, tore through the galaxy's most advanced systems like wildfire. Central hubs controlling entire planets fell dark. Cities plunged into chaos. Transportation grids malfunctioned. There was no warning. No time to prepare. Only the screams of 1,000 civilizations as they realized their dependency on digital perfection was their undoing. And in the midst of the flames, as the galaxy reeled in panic, one species stood untouched. Humanity. While entire star systems collapsed, humanity's old-school analog systems, once dismissed as relics, thrived. And it wasn't just luck. It was the human touch, messy, unrefined, and undeniably effective. Now, the galaxy's most advanced species had one question: how had the humans survived? The answer was simpler, and more terrifying, than they could have imagined. Humanity's so-called primitive methods had saved them. What the galaxy thought of as humanity's greatest weakness was, in fact, its greatest strength. The galaxy would soon learn, in the face of digital chaos, sometimes it's the analog heart that beats the loudest. The disaster arrived with terrifying swiftness. It began as a whisper, an anomalous signal detected in the deepest parts of space. Then, it exploded across the galaxy like an unstoppable wave. The virus, dubbed the Eclipse Code, was a digital predator, a cybernetic hunter designed to exploit vulnerabilities in the most advanced systems. The virus was a silent assassin, infiltrating everything from planetary power grids to military defense networks, rendering even the most sophisticated technologies useless. Once the virus had breached a planet's core systems, it was a matter of mere hours before the entire population fell into chaos. Cities were plunged into darkness. Water systems failed. Hospitals and medical facilities went offline. The virus didn't just destroy, it made sure every last trace of infrastructure crumbled. The advanced species that once thrived on the promise of perfect automation found themselves as helpless as children in a storm. And yet, humanity's colonies, scattered on the outskirts of the galaxy, stood firm. Unlike the other species, who had adopted fully integrated digital infrastructures, humanity's systems remained fragmented, organized and reliable, but not interconnected to the point of total dependence. Human colonies still relied on backup systems, manual operations, and analog redundancy. When the virus struck, it found no purchase. At the first signs of the virus spreading, human leaders convened an emergency summit. Representatives from Earth, Mars, and the lunar space stations gathered, watching the unfolding disaster with a growing sense of urgency. But as distress signals and fragmented news from the affected civilizations flooded in, a curious realization emerged. "We're still operational," remarked Captain Eleanor James, commander of the Mars Orbital Fleet. Her voice was thick with disbelief, but it carried a tone of cautious optimism. "Everything's still running. No failures." Her words sent a ripple through the room. The human colonies, connected only by limited communication channels, had avoided the digital collapse. The Eclipse Code had bypassed them entirely. Human ships, retrofitted with their older, less sophisticated systems, had not been compromised. Their ships still moved freely through space, their engines humming to life with no interruption. Despite the panic gripping the rest of the galaxy, the human fleet remained an island of calm amidst the storm. Earth's leaders, recognizing the magnitude of the crisis, quickly assembled a new plan. "We need to help," President Lyle Bennett declared, his gaze unwavering. The galaxy is falling apart, and we can't stand by. We're the only ones who can move freely. We're the only ones who can save them. With that decision, humanity's course was set. Within days, the human fleet was mobilized for the most ambitious mission the galaxy had ever seen. Medical ships were sent to the most affected worlds, bringing supplies, doctors, and engineers. The human engineers, accustomed to working with antiquated systems, were now the most sought-after specialists. They worked tirelessly to restart power plants, repair communication lines, and restore basic functions. Human ships equipped with hybrid analog-digital tech provided vital relief to worlds paralyzed by the virus. Using their unique approach to technology, systems that operated on a balance of old and new, the human ships worked with uncanny precision, providing aid in ways that more advanced species couldn't. On the planet Zareth Prime, once a beacon of technological achievement, the crisis was catastrophic. The once vibrant metropolis had descended into utter chaos. Communications were down, and the government had no way to contact its people. In desperation, the Zarithians reached out to the human fleet. "We're sending you the engineers," Captain James informed them. "Prepare to see the difference." When human engineers arrived, they didn't rely on the advanced tools that the Zarithians had used for decades. Instead, they worked with manual systems, old-fashioned wires, dials, and mechanical backups that humanity had long ago abandoned in favor of newer tech. While the Zarithian engineers had been trying to hack their way back into the system, human engineers simply rewired the old circuits, providing temporary relief until the power could be fully restored. It was a simple solution, but it worked. And it was humanity's first of many victories. As the crisis deepened, human scientists and cyber experts collaborated to understand the Eclipse code. Drawing on their experience with analog systems and their understanding of digital security, they discovered something the galaxy's most advanced cybernetic minds had missed. The virus's design was so sleek, so intricately woven into the digital fabric, that it had overlooked basic analog countermeasures. Humanity's engineers exploited that weakness, quickly developing a digital inoculation, an antidote that could purge the virus from even the most advanced systems. With the first successful test of the antidote, humanity's fleet set off on a massive campaign to deploy the inoculation across the galaxy. The galaxy that had once dismissed humanity as naive and backward now watched in awe as humanity became the very force that restored balance to the galaxy. As the virus was purged and systems came back online, the galaxy began to see the full impact of humanity's intervention. The once aloof galactic powers, who had previously looked down on humanity's unrefined methods, now embraced their ingenuity. The rescue missions became legends, and humanity's reputation skyrocketed. It wasn't just the virus that was vanquished, the galaxy's understanding of resilience, adaptability, and innovation had been fundamentally transformed. The galaxy's leaders, once so quick to underestimate humanity's value, now extended gestures of friendship and respect. They invited human representatives to galactic councils, where humans became sought-after advisors on everything from infrastructure design to crisis management. Humanity had proven that the galaxy's reliance on seamless digital integration was its greatest weakness, and that there was more than one way to survive and thrive in the vast expanse of space. In the years that followed, humanity's reputation as problem solvers and innovators only grew. The galaxy, once on the brink of collapse, now flourished in ways it never had before. The Eclipse code became a distant memory, a warning about the perils of over-reliance on any one system, digital or otherwise. Humanity, with its unique combination of ancient and modern knowledge, had shown the galaxy that there is power in diversity, and that adaptability is the key to survival. And so, as the stars twinkled across the sky, humanity's light burned brighter than ever before. It wasn't their technological might that had earned them respect, but their resilience, creativity, and unyielding spirit. In the galaxy, they were no longer the inexperienced newcomers, they were the ones who had saved the galaxy from the brink of destruction. And in the vast expanse of the cosmos, humanity's star now shone brightly, a testament to the power of resilience, ingenuity, and the unyielding spirit of a species that had turned adversity into advantage.